Alrighty, guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the teaser trailer for Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, the upcoming animated series, which I'm a little bit late on this as this teaser trailer came out in January, and it's halfway or almost halfway through March already, so a little late. So yeah, but alongside the teaser trailer, they did reveal some other details, which I'll dive into first. Obviously, there was a new poster, which is kind of a close up of Maul, which is a cool. I like that poster. But they also revealed the episode count and release schedule, which this season will be 10 episodes, with the first two airing April 6th, 2026, and then two episodes airing every Monday till May 4th, 2026, when the final two episodes will release. So the ninth and 10th episodes. But obviously the previous animated shows what weren't like shorts, the ones like Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, usually had more episodes in a season. But with this one being 10, they do say it is a lot more serialized than the previous animated shows. Where the Clone Wars was obviously arc based, where every couple episodes was a different story, and Rebels and the Bad Batch had the overarching stories, but the episodes would definitely lean into an adventure of the week kind of show, where they describe this show as every episode leads into the next one. So I assume that's why it's 10 episodes versus like the 16 to 20 episodes the other animated shows have had. But they also did reveal some of the voice cast, which obviously Sam Witwer will return to voice Maul, but he'll be joined by Oscar-nominated actor Wagner Moura as the character Brander Lawson, but also Gideon Adelon as Devon Azara, and Richard Ayoade as Two Boots. And obviously be more to the cast, but this seems to be kind of more main central characters to the story. But with all that said, let's just dive into the trailer, which it mostly or seemingly mostly takes place on this world named Janix, which is a city world, kind of like Coruscant. We get several wide shots of the city, some alleyways and whatnot, but also the Empire arriving, which the troopers are the early TK stormtroopers we saw in the Bad Batch. So solidifying this, in around a year after the Clone Wars. But, along with the Empire, there's also action scenes with criminal syndicates like the Pikes and other criminal organizations. Obviously, we know Maul is going to eventually lead Crimson Dawn. And so I assume this story will kind of involve some of that. But from the trailer, it seems like it's really going to revolve around Maul finding this force sensitive Twi'lek named Devon Azara. As in the first half of the teaser, we get dialogue from Maul saying, "Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective. I invite you to look more closely, and I offer you an opportunity." Obviously, it's a little cut up, so I don't know who exactly he is talking to, but how the trailer is edited, it makes it seem like he's, maybe talking to this Devon, who we do get introduced with shots of her running away from the Empire, using her lightsaber to block shots, which she has a blue lightsaber. And there's a dialogue from her asking, if running away is just her life now, which during this kind of half of the trailer, scenes are kind of interlaced with these shots of someone kind of pouring tea or something, and there is a lightsaber next to them, but it doesn't look like Maul's, so maybe it's Devon's. Not fully sure. In the cast list, there was also a Master Eeko-Dio, voiced by Dennis Haysbert, which there is another character featured later on in the trailer who seems to be a force sensitive Trandoshan, I think is what that's what they look like. I'm not fully sure. I think it's a Trandoshan. So I am wondering if this is that master Eeko-Dio, or however you pronounce it. I don't know the correct pronunciation. But I do wonder if that is this Devon's master, and then something happens to him, which leads to Devon to Maul and maybe falling to the dark side, which we do see Maul and Devon meeting, as it seems like she's in a jail cell, and Maul then frees her, and assume that's probably the start of their relationship. She ends up joining him, as there is a scene later on where we see her kind of jumping in the air and stealing a gunship midair, and then going after the character Brander Lawson, which he seems to kind of work for, I guess, like the cops or some sort of agency on the world of Janix, as we see him investigating Maul and going after him, which there is also a shot of Maul somehow speaking to him via hologram. They both kind of are trying to intimidate each other from the looks. I'm not fully sure, but obviously some other quick things. We see Maul interacting with Rook Cast, who originally was in. Well, I think they originally appeared in the comic Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, which was supposed to be a Clone Wars episodes, but because of everything, got instead made into a comic. And then I think they appeared in the Siege of Mandalore arc from Clone Wars Season 7. But we also see scenes of Maul fighting the Inquisitor Marok, who originally appeared in live action in Ahsoka Season 1. And also, while not fighting Maul, we do see the 11th brother as well. And then there's a bunch of cool action shots. The first little bit we really see of Maul is of him landing on Janix and taking out a bunch of guys. And then some cool shots at the end where we see him throwing his lightsaber and the camera kind of follows along with it, which I thought was a cool shot. And that's pretty much everything from the teaser. Obviously, a teaser doesn't show that much. The visuals were also great. Obviously, still the same kind of style as Clone Wars and Bad Batch and whatnot, but definitely a little more oomph to it. Just a lot more to the textures and all that, and just a more stylized than before, while still using kind of the same, I guess, models and whatnot as previous animated shows did. So I've really enjoyed seeing since Clone Wars Season 7. The animation team has really just used the same similar style, and seeing how they've improved upon it with each show and whatnot. And this one is looking like some of the best visuals they've done so far. But yeah, teaser, like I said, doesn't show too much. Feel like it gives the basics of what the show might be. But yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. There is a comic, Shadow of Maul, or I think that's what it's called. The first issue is already out, so I will be doing a review of that next. But then in the future, when either another trailer or comes out, I'll do another breakdown. Or if not, when the show starts airing, I'll be doing reviews, hopefully each week. So yeah, but that's gonna be it for this one. I've been Star Wars Review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.